Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net.
Welcome to humanity. This is Hour 1.
Whatever it takes, we got to say whatever it takes is what it took.
This is Brock Lesnar, and you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Yo, hi, this is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to listen to Fight Net Radio.
Lee Harvey Oswald, what's your name? How am I supposed to know you?
This is Frank Shamrock. You're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Hi, this is Tia, the Knockout St. John. You're listening to Fight Net Radio, and there's no way I would ever touch Lee.
This is Chuck Jackson.
I am Stephen Bonner, and you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Dan Henderson, you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Everybody, welcome to Fight Net Radio, where Lee's burning every bridge there is out there. All right.
Hi, this is Manny Pacquiao. I'll fight anybody on FightNetRadio.com.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a 1-hour television spectacular.
There it is. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Honish, Andrew Labouche, restarting. Wouldn't be a typical Sunday morning if we weren't starting the show 2 or 3 times to make sure we recorded. That's Andrew Labouche. He is a former amateur boxer and lifelong boxing fan. I am a notorious DICK. See, like that? It's kind of like a Conor McGregor reference there, Andrew. My job is to make you guys laugh. His job is to report the news. We bring you a show called Fight Net Radio. First and foremost, let me thank all of you for typing in FightNetRadio.com and going to our Facebook page and getting involved all week. Made Andrew and I very happy. So first and foremost, how was the birthday, Andrew?
We did very good. Yes, sir. Made it another year, Lee. Thank you to everyone that posted on Fight Net Radio also.
That was very cool. Thank you guys for getting involved. That made Andrew's birthday special. What else?
The news made my birthday specially. How about this?
Oh, there was a lot going on. We've had weeks of doing this show where I have had to fill like Santa's little helper with jokes and humor. This week I don't. Andrew wrote a 2-page script.
And Lee, literally, I have to call Lee and I'm like, Lee, you gotta watch it so you can make something out of this, right? You gotta read it so you can make a joke out of this, because it wasn't that.
Of stuff.
It was not that this week.
So we're going to talk about the fight first. I'm just debating whether or not there's 2 shows worth of material here. So the people on social media, this is why I say get involved. It does influence me. People on social media want 2 things. 1, turn Shamalama Ding Dong into a t-shirt. And number 2, which by the way, that is thank you for the deep cut. I haven't said Shamalama Ding Dong for a last name in quite some time, so that was very good humor. And the second thing was, you guys wanted 2 shows a week. I'm lazy, and Andrew works like a maniac. Which, by the way, I almost called you the other day just to replace an air filter. That's how much of a douchebag, no clue. And then I
hate you guys the most. You know why? You guys will call for a service call, right? Oh, I really need this. I really, really need this.
And it's changing an air filter?
Yeah, and then when we do it, it's like, well, that's it? And I have to pay you this. Oh, don't you start, because you needed me an hour ago.
Well, okay, I used logic. I was about to call you, and I looked at Diana, and I went, I got to figure out where the air intake goes into the unit. I said, there's usually some kind of filter over that device. And I'm staring at it for about 2 minutes, and I popped off this little shield at the base. We pull in at the floor below the unit.
Okay.
And she goes, that's it? I said, that's it. Pull that thing out. It doesn't click or do anything. I said, Doesn't click or do anything. Which way's up? Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Does it really?
The airflow goes up. So the mesh screen should be on the back with the arrow going up towards
we have the extra
unit.
thick one, too.
And that's why you should fix that, because you should put it the way the filter is designed. If you have a pleated filter, should do that.
Should I spend the extra bucks and get the hypoallergenic? Is it that much of a difference?
Breathing issues or anything like that, I wouldn't say.
We have cats, dude. Of course.
Well,
I
then
have
there you
breathing
go.
issues.
Yeah, well then there you go. That would be.
And
a
it's
reason.
WrestleMania Sunday. Who are you taking in the big match?
I have no idea.
Is it Brock or is it Roman Reigns?
I have no idea. Oh, Brock Lesnar? I'll take Brock Lesnar. I know
over
him.
Roman Reigns? You don't think he's
not?
going back to the UFC?
Oh, well, yeah, you're right. I just thought of that. If he's going to the UFC, he might be losing his title or not winning tonight.
He's been champion for a year.
Well, then he might lose today because he's supposed to be. Rumor is
he's going to the UFC to fight Nagu or Nagu. Yeah, I know.
That's right. They need it, Lee. They need it. We'll get into it later.
I'm wondering this. Okay, here's some questions for the board over at Fight Net Radio. Number one, am I the only dipshit that still watches wrestling? Number two, did anybody watch Thug Rose defend her title again and outbox a Muay Thai person? By the way, get that video. That's a slugfest. That Thug Rose chick, if she wasn't such a tough dude, I'd really got to see the vagina. Some of these fighters in the UFC,
oh, well,
I got to see the vagina, dude. I got to see it.
You're terrible. You're terrible.
Well,
is that the bald-headed one?
That's the bald.
Oh, she won, huh?
Have you ever, pre-lady, have you ever had anything that ratchety?
Nope.
Right. So would you like my takeaway from last night's fights?
What was that, Lee?
Whatever happened to the days of having hot hookers on the TV side next to guys where it was completely inappropriate? Last night, Floyd had his daughter next to him. Dudes had their actual wives next to him. The fighters have some of the fuggliest girlfriends I have ever seen. The only one who looked to be doing okay was Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas's
his wife. I think
is it his wife?
I believe so.
She's hot. She was hot. She was worth looking at.
So was Lara. What about Lara's wife?
No,
she was pretty.
She was
oh, well, you
not,
stop.
dude.
Oh,
what are you
so
talking
mean.
about?
Lara's wife
She's got that jelly-filled center, dude. She's wearing a dress that's too tight. She's
terrible.
got the love rolls, right?
There's
and
nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Especially if she had his children, Lee. There's nothing wrong with that.
You are so whipped and so ready to be married. So
that's bullshit. There's a history of love right there. No, sir. No, sir.
I keep mine running on a treadmill 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In fact, the power from my house is...
If you're saying that on another man's credit, well, then that's your story, but that ain't mine. That's my credit card.
Okay, no, but I'm telling you, look, I understand the reality of that sentence. Look, I'm a 50-year-old dude. I turned 50 this week. I'm not allowed to say Diana's age, but I will say she's in her 40s, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm very realistic, and she takes a great deal of care of how she looks. If not, by all means, go to Facebook, type in Fight Net Radio, and you can follow me in Vegas for an entire week, watching me go from store to store while she spends all my money. Good times. Good times. I did like those photos. I came off looking really cool in all those stores. But I digress.
Hey, now, and let me tell you, I'm going to get back to why I think there's no more hookers ringside.
Right? Come on,
Social
dude.
media,
It used to be the dick.
Twitter,
like, you'd watch a fight, and you're like, what's that old dude doing with that hot chick?
Hey, they don't want to lose they don't want to lose their money in the courts. You know how easy it is to get a divorce nowadays with one snapshot, with one Instagram?
It is. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Now,
I admit it.
It's so you're seeing a lot more wives at the fights, right?
I'm just saying that if you're going to put people on the photo side, watching Floyd literally text through the entire DeGale Truax fight and yawn. He yawned in the middle of the fight. Tells you a lot about that shitty-ass, bloody mess of a fight between Truax and DeGale. What a dumbass headbutting affair that was.
It's a bad matchup. the DeGale team should have seen that in the first fight. They didn't. They repeated their mistake twice, and it almost cost them. Look, they better be lucky the market side was they had the market on their side, right? They're the ticket sellers here. They're the ones that they want to move on and create other matchups with. That's what really won him the fight last night.
Well, let's start from the top and talk about Showtime's event. I'd like to introduce our newest co-host, Conor McGregor. Conor, what did you think about Showtime?
Fuck Showtime too! You little weasel! Look at you little fucking weasel! I can see it in your eyes! You're a fucking bitch!
Perfect. Andrew couldn't hear that, but the audio was much better that way. So was it boxing last night, Conor?
I am boxing!
Perfect. Let's talk about last night's event. By the way, that might stay in the show. You may go to the FightNetRadio.com page and comment on whether you'd like to keep the Notorious as our co-host.
It's the N-O-T-O-R-R-O-U-S. You just lay down slow. Recognize a real dawn when you see one.
Awesome. Andrew can't hear it, but when he listens to the replay, and Andrew does listen to the replay, he's going to laugh just like all you guys did.
He won't do shit.
Perfect. All right, we're on to talk about last night's fights, brought to you by LasVegasDiscount.net. Hey, spend your hard-earned money by going to Las Vegas and pissing it all away by betting on the wrong fighter. How do you do that? Go to LasVegasDiscount.net, save 50% on your trip when you go. Hey, it's that time of the year. We can all afford tickets to go see Triple G versus nobody. We're going to talk about it later on in the show. But the reason I'm telling all of you guys that, I will be in Vegas. I will buy your drinks if you go to the fight. So go to LasVegasDiscount.net, book your travel, blah, 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 blah. On with the show. Last night, Showtime gave us a triple header of okay boxing. 3 fights. I'd say 33% of the 3 fights were good. I liked one of the 3 fights, Andrew. One.
That's right.
And I hate to say it, it was the main event, which means I had to wade through 2 other fights. First of all, let me say this. I was so happy that Mauro Ranallo was actually doing WWE on Saturday night instead of boxing. It means I didn't have to tolerate him twice in 1 week. For those of you who don't know, Mauro has a contract with the WWE. He does the NXT program, and they had their pay-per-view on Saturday. Some of the shit he said was shockingly stupid. But I didn't have to hear it in my boxing. Instead, I got that's the Friday night fight group, isn't it? Is that my imagination? But that's like the original Friday night fight guys.
It was Tompkins, Bernstein, and Malignaggi on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like USA Friday Night Fights, right?
And then Gray, yeah, he was.
And then Jim Gray, who everybody kept blowing on the telecast, going, "Congratulations for asking stupid questions and getting into the Hall of Fame."
2 journalists that have been inside boxing for decades, and then 1 former champ. You can't really get any much.
Going to get into the Hall of Fame?
No. The Dickhead Hall of Fame.
Wow.
You need a huge turnaround here, Lee.
Do I?
You need people to look at you differently. Yeah, in the boxing world, through the fans, no doubt, Hall of Fame. Fans.
Maybe we should start our own, the Fight Net Radio Hall of Fame.
You don't think you offended 1 or 2 guys just possibly maybe that would influence that vote?
Oh, I've offended more. Here's the thing. I was thinking of applying for the Boxing Writers Association, and the people that I could use as references, I'm like, oh, they all hate me. And they're actually friends. I doubt they'd let me in. Julian J-Rock Williams takes a decision in what I can only describe as a workmanlike performance over Gallimore. For those of you who don't remember this first fight, this guy from Jamaica named Gallimore showed up looking like a bad Marvel comic book character. Dude, what was up with that outfit?
He was promoting The Incredibles 2, I think.
I guess, right?
Yes, sir.
So
yes.
Disney should be all over that. Is it J-Wow or J-Rock? I don't know.
J-Rock, I believe it is. Yeah.
J-Wow's the the one who sucks dick on the Jersey Shore, right?
Wow, I have no idea. I have no